Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com, coming to you from Tamales Bay. Check it out if you can see it. Beautiful, beautiful place in Northern California, where Amy and I have taken a little respite right on the water. It's awesome, really cool. I'm just saying, yeah, getting back to nature at the moment. I do want to thank everybody who sent me good wishes and Amy good wishes about the passing of my son, and those who can and wanted to that have contributed to the GoFundMe. You can see it at the top of the Road to Ruta website, roadtoruta.com. Also, the Litecoin donations are awesome. Obviously, that's what I'd prefer, and we're doing really well on Litecoin donations. We're going to raise money to fund a really good cause. It's Toby's hip hop dance company in Oakland. They didn't have any money. They never have any money. So we're trying to raise $10,000 for them. So if you got a few pennies in your pocket after these crypto rig jobs, please check out the GoFundMe at roadrunner.com. All right, I have absolutely no internet, so I'm recording this on my phone, and hopefully I'll be able to post this within the next 24 hours. But it is Monday morning, and as expected on the repo market, they had a brand new cash injection, newer than the other ones. It was announced prior up to $25 billion, and it was oversubscribed to $48 billion. Hang on, I got the door. Amy's taking care of it. It was oversubscribed, $48 billion. And what they're saying, the official word, is that it's needed for end of year. Where have we heard that before? Remember, it was needed for end of quarter? Well, since then, about $310 billion has been lent on overnights every day. Every day that money is needed. Most of it's repaid the next day. Some is longer term, some are permanent. But we're at the total count right now is about 315 as of last Friday. And I told you Monday will be a big one because they're adding a new up to $25 billion. And so it was oversubscribed massively. So add another $25 billion. We're up to 340 now, or in that range. I don't have my computer working to calculate the number. Those numbers I keep posted at roadtoruta.com on the private road section and on Patreon at the Road to Ruta Patreon channel. So what else is going on is they are expecting a lot more is needed by the end of the year, as we've been talking about on the Road to Ruta. This is the end game. There is no plan to pay this stuff back. It will get larger and larger and larger. The inflection point in my mind is going to be $700 billion, which is what they went to Congress for in 2008. If you remember that, 2008, Hank Paulson went into Congress with a shotgun and said, hey, you either give us $700 billion or the whole system will implode. And oh, by the way, you have no alternative. Congress said no on the first go-round. The stock market dropped 50%. And then they bailed him out and gave him the $700 billion, plus Obama gave himself, literally, over $1 trillion. And since then, since 2008, nothing's been fixed. Nothing's even been talked about. You don't hear anymore. You'll never hear, we need to balance the budget. We need to fix the deficit. You'll never hear that. That is not the plan. The plan is to destroy the U.S. dollar by printing as much money as possible. Now, if you follow Catherine Austin Fitts, absolutely that's what's going on. They are printing money and they're not telling people about it. She has discovered, along with Professor Skidmore, at least $30 trillion that was printed and not told to anybody. And that's just from the government documents. My number is what Ruta wrote in the sand, infinity. They've been printing infinity money, and it doesn't matter. Remember, the U.S. dollar is just faith and confidence. That's all it is, faith and confidence. And when you lose that, you lose everything. Now the Fed is printing billions every night. Billions are needed. So that's where we stand right now. It's really interesting on the Road to Ruta. Everything I've been talking about is coming true. It's just happening a little slower. There is no plan to save the dollar. There's no plan to save the system. there is a plan to destroy the system and to destroy the dollar. And remember, the US dollar is the first ever global world reserve currency ever. Not even gold was a world reserve currency, even when we were on a gold standard, because not every country used gold, not every country had gold. So this is the first time ever that we have a world's reserve fiat currency that's going to implode. There is no plan for this. The only thing that is planned is the debt will all go away, which will be a really good thing. So we might go into hyperinflation very briefly. We might not. If you believe in what I believe in, we'll probably have a freezing of the computer systems, the computer trading systems, which is the huge part of the problem. The computer systems that Alan Greenspan invented in the 1960s along with his buddy. Now in the Road to Ruta documents, Ruta is Alan Greenspan. Ruta stands for a few things. Root A, which is a computer programming term in Fortran, but also it stands for the comic book. It depicts Alan Greenspan, and his grandmother is Arthur Burns, the head of the Fed back then. But Rocky is the computer programmer guy. He was more a hardware guy for Greenspan. He worked in the secret office right next to Greenspan. His name was Lowell Wiltbank, Lowiltbank. And Lowell Wiltbank was part of the Ayn Rand collective, along with Alan Greenspan in the 1960s. They were inventing the very first computer programs to create an electronic monetary system, believe it or not. And that's what we have today, is all because of Alan Greenspan and friends who invented electronic money back in the 1960s. Yes, Alan Greenspan blames himself for Y2K. The whole plan was to delay the collapse of the global monetary system until at some point when they print so much money that they have to get rid of it and you destroy all the debt. And then a world with no debt is a great place, except for the people who hold the debt as an asset, obviously. So the transition's not going to be easy, but I mean, they have a plan. There's been many plans, like the Nesra Act and all these crazy plans, but truthfully, there can be no deciders. And that's what Greenspan made sure of in the late 1990s when he was advocating the deregulation, the no regulation of derivatives. Because he knew that the banks are so greedy, they would blow the derivative bubble up so big that it would destroy everything. And that's where we are today. Quadrillions in derivatives. JP Morgan, probably definitely the largest derivative bank holder. Now there are bigger holders of derivatives. I would say the Exchange Stabilization Fund, which is part of the U.S. government, is the largest holder of derivatives because they don't have to declare any of it. And they do it all in secret, and they use it to control all markets, including the crypto market, by the way. So this is all coming into crypto. We can see the rigging, and Chris Giancarlo admitting to the rigging of the crypto market. So, crypto people, just get your hands on your cryptos. It's time to hodl. Don't look at price. It's not going to matter if Bitcoin goes to $1 million. Don't sell because the fiat dollar is going away. And that's the big thing about money these days. It's not cryptos versus the dollar. It's not silver versus the dollar. It's not gold versus the dollar. The dollar is dying. The dollar will go away when the markets freeze because of the computer riggers hit that button, and all of a sudden all trading programs fight each other, and poof, instantly the markets destroy themselves. And then in the future we have decentralized markets with no more high frequency trading, no more computer market rigging. That's our future. I do think Veritasium will play a role if you're into that. I think Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash will play huge roles, along with other cryptocurrencies, because there's going to be so many necessary instruments to continue forward in the high-tech world, in the sci-fi world, as Cliff High calls it. And it's not going to be a question of Bitcoin, the amount of energy use in Bitcoin. We're going to have all kinds of new energy technologies that have been suppressed. So that argument that Bitcoin will never be, go global because of the energy costs will go out the window if we have free energy. And we've had free energy for over 100 years. We just won't let anybody use it or see it. So that's kind of where we are right now. I'm going to try to get this thing posted. Who knows? The Fed is continuing the slow destruction. Yeah, they've slowly been destroying the U.S. dollar since the early days. But you look at today, where there's a $25 billion extra on top of the 315, that puts us at whatever that is, 340. And I will update that chart when I am available to do that. But most of this week we'll be out of hand. We're going to my dad's vineyard to hang out for Thanksgiving with family. It'll be really good, really nice. And again, I want to thank you guys for supporting us during this time. And hang in there. You guys have a good holiday week. This is Bix Weir, Road to Rita, coming to you from Tomales Bay. Really nice here, really nice. I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy and have fun.